I want you to imagine.
Yes.
William Ruto has lost election. And Kenyans will feel like now this very heavy yoke that has been on our shoulders is now off.
Now
this new president is going to do wonders. But the president that has come in is also clueless.
Yeah. He's also wondering.
He's also wondering now. Kenye tulikuwa tunataka kufanya kabisa.
Nimeshafanya.
Sasa ndio hiyo ofisi. What do we do? Waanze kugamble tena, wafanye vitu similar ama same to what Ruto was doing.
Or worse.
Bwana, they will not last in office.
Because they will not last in office because there is already proof of evidence or proof of concept that the people can push a president out of office.
Yes.
And they put you in office after pushing another one out.
Yeah.
They will push you faster than they waited for the last one. Or you're going to be very brutal for you to maintain. And your brutality is not going to last like Samia.
I get it.
So I have had discussions with all these candidates who want to be president. And I sat with one of them. And we were having a discussion and we talked about Ruto so much and what Ruto is doing bad. And now it was time to talk about him and his agenda. So when we got to his agenda now, he went slow.
He doesn't have one.
So when I saw him struggling to say what he wants to do, I brought up my party leader's agenda. And I said, no, look, the biggest question we have is an economic problem.
Yeah.
Akasema, yes, it's about the economy. But now, how do we solve the economic problem? I think debt is something that we need to address. Akasema, but that's something that Kenyans don't care about. Hiyo ni porojo hiyo sijui nini. Nikasema, but look, Kenyans will care about debt if we talk to them this way. That as government borrows a lot, and especially locally, it is taking away credit from the people. It is making life more expensive for the people. In a way that the source of income for the people is not also enough for them.
Yeah.
So it makes these people also survive on debt in their own individual capacity. That you earn 25,000 shillings a month, but it does not sustain you throughout the month. Rent alone is eating almost half because you have 3 children. You can't stay in a single room,
bedroom or even 2
or a 1 bedroom. You need, and you are always away from the house. You need a house manager.
Yeah, so you need 3 bedroom.
Yes.
Basically.
So rent alone is eating almost half. So for you to survive through the month, at the end of the month, you realize uko na deni ya 8,000. Ukishalipwa 25, unalipa 8,000, unasukuma ikifika tarehe 5, you start borrowing again. And because things are still piling, next month unajipata umekopa 9,000. Ikiendelea namna hiyo, every mwezi ikiisha, deni ni almost half what you are earning.
Yeah.
Imetoka juu that the government is borrowing so much, it has now got to the people. So when I explained like that, now it started clicking in his mind. Kasema, natuko na kazi mingi. Kamwambia, if we don't solve an economic problem, even if we win
2027.
And that is what Jimmy Wanjigi said at the launch of PLP party. Kasema, hii mambo inakula hii nchi. Hata sisi tukipigiwa kura bila kudeal na hii issue,
but itakuwa
hawa watu watasema tuende within 3 months. And I hope they understand.
They don't understand.
As we speak today, domestic debt alone is 6.2 trillion.
Domestic debt, that means they borrowed from local banks.
Yes. And the other day, we were my party leader was talking about it, that in the last financial year, the top 10 most profitable institutions, 8 of them are banks.
The CEOs are running 200 million, 300 million in a year.
And the other one is a brewery, and the other one is a Safaricom. So the question is, how do banks make money? A bank makes money by loaning it to people to accrue interest so that it can pay its shareholders.
Yeah.
So Kenyans are complaining about the hard economic system. They cannot afford loans. We are talking about non-performing loans accruing to almost 600 billion. So, which means Kenyans are not taking loans.
Yeah.
But somehow banks are making money.
And that is why, Joachim, in the Article 255
Yes.
must be amended by way of a referendum to introduce the clause of borrowing set at a specific limit and open for review by specific standards or specific times. Because if we don't anchor it and push it to popular initiative,
Yes.
then these guys will borrow endlessly and choke us. Because right now we are saying we are using 70 shillings
It's not
of our money.
70,
Is how much a day?
It's 82 shillings.
Now it has gone to 82, which means you're only remaining with the
18 shillings.
18 bob to pay salaries and for development.
Do you know how much money is used to pay salaries by government?
I don't know.
As we speak right now, government is using 980 billion
That's per year.
per year. And
Which means we cannot even sustain this.
We cannot sustain
we
salary.
cannot pay salary.
the amount
You do hear
of
that,
money,
Jagero? That we cannot pay salary. The government cannot pay salary.
we cannot, according to our own revenue.
Which means we are borrowing to pay salary.
Yes, according to the internal revenue streams that we have,
Jesus Christ.
we cannot even pay salaries to the government staff.
Now,
The 18 shillings that we are using is the one we were using when Uhuru was getting power. It is the one that we were using to pay debt. So we had 82 shillings to
Going
pay
away.
salaries.
no, we had 18 shillings to pay salaries.
Yeah, at that time, 18 shillings
Was what we were
the
paying.
one to pay debt.
Okay, which was
So the
what
country
Kibaki
remains
left.
with 82 shillings.
Yes, which was fair enough.
Fair enough to pay salaries, government operations and all that. Today, we are remaining with 18 shillings. The amount of money you are going to be taxed in 2027, Uhuru borrowed it in 2016. He already used it.
So then, my suggestion is this.
Yes.
And that's what I was telling Jagero, that this conversation about referendum is not just about empty politicking. Every day.
Yes.
This is about the economy. So let's sort first the issue of the debt. Then number two, let's introduce a parliamentary system in Kenya. Because presidential system is the mother of all our problems. And no matter how bad we want to run away from it, we must go parliamentary for this reason. That for the last 20 to 30 years, the stability of the nation has been guaranteed by one man who is now deceased, Raila Amolo Odinga. He has been compromising after every other election. And you realize the trend is sustainable, that after every 2 years of every government getting into power, they were running into serious problems every 2 years. And they had to call for either from internal strife or from external strife. Like in 2018, remember, it was internal strife, which means the regime itself, the ruling party, the infighting was too big that they saw that if this person decides to walk out, whoever they were fighting with decides to walk out, that I think it's Ruto, then it could be a mess. So they brought in Raila. Now, Raila has been the guarantor of the state. Okay? He has been the guarantor of the stability. Now that Raila is dead, then we must now talk about bringing...
What do you mean by guarantor of the state?
Guarantor of the state in terms of guaranteeing the peace. That's why you call him Baba. Guaranteing everything that the state has in terms of its continuity. It was pegged on Raila being alive. Now that he has exited, we must open a new chapter. Because, as I started to say, Kenya is a marriage too fragile that if we are not careful, we are going to talk divorce very soon. Dealing with Raila was predictable and was sustainable because we knew how to handle him. But now we don't know. Remember, this third person. It could be Wanjigi or it could be an issue.
It's a combination of the two.
You'd rather deal with a person than an issue. But from what I'm seeing in this country today, it's most probably going to be an issue as a third issue or as a third runner in 2027 elections. Which means whether Ruto wins or whether a person or a dog wins in 2027, this one is the problem. And that's why I was saying it will
be 3 months away.
It will be unfortunate. It will be unfortunate that you win. It will be unfortunate that you win as a president, then you don't know what to do So then the issue comes to play.
Final word, Jimmy. I'll allow you 30 seconds to say something to Kenyans.
My dear Kenyans, we are at a turning point in our history. And I call upon you all to participate with I and we in Safina in taking Kenya through the next phase of our liberation called economic liberation. I plead with you to seize this moment, to look at every single leader that comes before you attempting to take your vote, to articulate to you the issues of your life, the issues of the day in Kenya. This is a moment for you to change history. It is our moment as a country. It was started by Genz, and we must complete this journey of liberating Kenya from the shackles of what was created in 1920 by the colonialist. You must arm yourself with that voter's card. You must participate in an election that answers your question when you X the box. It must be you you're voting for, not Jimmy, not whoever else. It is you yourself you're voting for. Your question must be answered when you're Xing that box. And that question can only be the next phase of our liberation, which is the economic. Join us in that liberation.
Thank you so much. That's where we come to a close.
Mido nacheza mdhamini si nakaona dai moshi tazivuta vuta limit ya fuliza imeongezeka nikoma neza shika jag na kanudu sie nacheza kiroro neza fika soko turirime mdagi meditation naki shusha kibandaski cha podonde neza rada nama vuta izoma